This is a story about a man who seemed to have it all, and how one single moment, really just one single word, threatened to unravel his entire life.
He spent 20 years building a reputation, brick by brick, and one lie, well, it took less than 20 minutes to tear it all down.
For 2 decades, Dr. Mehta wasn't just a surgeon, he was a legend. His hands were steady, his calm was unshakable, and his integrity, wow, that was the very foundation of his career.
But then, a surgery went wrong, and Dr. Mehta found himself standing before a board of his peers. The air in the room was just heavy with tension, and they asked him a single, direct question. Had he reviewed the patient's full file? He said, yes. That's it. One word. Spoken in about 2 seconds. And in that tiny moment, he traded away 20 years of integrity. Because the truth was, he hadn't.
So why? The reasons were so human, so relatable. A traffic jam, a missed call. He was just running late, totally rushed, and he walked into that operating room without all the information. A small mistake, really, born from a totally chaotic morning.
That night, the weight of his lie felt suffocating. He sat all alone in his study, surrounded by these awards and trophies that now felt completely meaningless. He had to figure it out. How did he become the kind of person who lies?
And then it just hit him. This huge lie, it wasn't a sudden collapse. No, it was just the final domino to fall after 1,000 tiny compromises he'd made with himself over the years. You see, each little lie just made the next one a little bit easier.
And that's when he decided he had to tell the truth. Not for the board, not to save his career, but for himself. He had to. Because when he looked in the mirror, he just didn't recognize the man looking back at him anymore.
This story is such a powerful example of a principle called Shaucha. And it's not about being physically clean, on the outside. It's about inner purity. It's about protecting your soul from those tiny little compromises that slowly but surely start to become who you are.
You do not fall from integrity in one great dramatic moment. You drift from it, quietly, in 1,000 small ones.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Has someone in your life taught you this lesson? I'd love for you to share in the comments below.